Well, hello and welcome, friends. I am Lynn Marshall, your host and guide for Weekly Connections on LKN Connect. And this is our first weekly connection for 2026. It has been a while. And my question for you is, how have you made it without me? How have you known where to go, what to do, what to see in and around Lake Norman? But never fear, I am back. I'm going to keep you from shuffling through those myriad of calendars to find out what is going on. And I'm going to take you by the hand and I'm going to guide you and introduce you to the people, the places, the events, and businesses that make Lake Norman so special. So let's move into the community, shall we? Let's find out what is going on Monday, how each town is honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm going to walk you through it town by town, and we're going to start off in Mooresville. We're going to work our way, start north and work our way south. Mooresville is going to get their day started at 9 o'clock a.m. with a MLK Day Peace Walk and Community Breakfast. Mission Possible 2, building community. The walk starts off at 9 a.m., followed by a program and breakfast at 9:30 a.m. at the Charles Mack Citizen Center on North Main Street in Mooresville. Moving on down to Davidson, they're going to be starting their celebration at 10 o'clock a.m. until 11 o'clock at the Davidson Town Hall and Community Center Auditorium. That's on South Street. Will be featuring music, readings, and thoughtful reflections on Dr. King's life and legacy. Then in Cornelius, they will be hosting their Dr. King Day events at 12 noon until 1:30 p.m. at the Kane Center for the Arts on Catawba Avenue. Now, this is free for all ages. It's going to be a community gathering with speakers and performers honoring Dr. King. And then Huntersville, and you got a little break before Huntersville starts their events at 3 o'clock p.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. And that is happening at the David B. Waymer Recreation Center, and that is on Holbrook Road. It is featuring light refreshments and a mobile museum of civil rights artifacts from Thankful Heritage Museum, along with local speakers and performers. Now, Denver and Troutman are not hosting their own events, but they are encouraging their residents to branch out into the community and join with other local towns as they celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Well, that's what's happening Monday. Now let's dive in and see what's happening on LKN Connect this week. On Monday, LKN Connect kicks off the week on a healthy note. Lee O'Connor explains peptides as she takes a deeper look at targeted wellness and recovery. And Debbie Woodruff talks about how to address doubt. And Monica Lucia shares a little bit every day. On Tuesday, it's all about local movers and shakers as Andrea Irve returns with 2 lively interviews with Lake Norman business owners. Andrea interviews Michael Rincon, a certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor and founder of Clarity Counts Bookkeeping, and Dr. Brooke Ross, the owner of Ross Rehab and Performance. Plus, the LKN Connect guide to local businesses to help viewers discover new favorites and maybe a future go-to spot they haven't tried yet. On Wednesday, LKN Connect turns into your neighborhood pulse check with news from around the lake. The Front Porch Report with Kristen Doringer shares buying a home in the winter, and Margie Kyle's People in the Know, serving up stories, faces, and conversations from right here in your own backyard. On Thursday, LKN Connect takes all the guesswork out of your weekend plans, serving up a curated lineup of family events, the top live music venues for the weekend, and the guide to nightlife in Lake Norman. So you can skip the what do you want to do debate and head straight to the fun. On Friday, it's a feast for foodies as restaurant reviews take center stage with a special spotlight on the best Chinese restaurants in Lake Norman. In addition, you'll find an updated list of half-price wine and drink special venues to help you enjoy a great night out without blowing the budget. On Saturday, LKN Connect gets practical and local proud. Douglas Meering is back with a financial advantage to help you get smarter with your money, and Jim Bogle shares his expertise for small businesses in the Small Business Knowledge Network. And LKN Connect's guide to local shopping points you toward hometown retailers who deserve your dollars. On Sunday, it's me and Margie Kyle. Margie serves up her best recipe and Sunday recipes, perfect for a cozy finish to the week. And I'll be back to get you reset, refocused, and off on the right foot for the last week of January. Well, that's what's happening this week. And remember, friends, LKN Connect and the Lake Norman Citizen are doing something truly special together, bringing the news of the Lake Norman Citizen with the global lifestyle magazine of LKN Connect and doing something truly amazing for you, Lake Norman. I'm Lynn Marshall. That's it for me. See you next week on Weekly Connections on LKN Connect. Have a great week.